Hello everybody and welcome back to TJ's Lego Room, and I'm really excited. Today I'm going to be showing you the High Republic Jedi Starfighter. This is my own idea of what some of the vehicles from the new High Republic part of the Star Wars universe is going to look like, and I'm really excited to show this to you, so let's jump in. The Delta 7 Jedi Interceptor is one of the most iconic designs from the prequel trilogy. Its arrowhead design and its integrated astromech are something that is instantly recognizable as a Star Wars vehicle and as Obi-Wan Kenobi's vehicle from Episode 2. But what did it look like originally? What was the predecessor to the Delta 7 Aether Sprite, Jedi Starfighter? Let's rewind 200 years to the High Republic, and we'll see one of the progenitors of this awesome starcraft. This is the Delta 2 Jedi Starfighter. This Jedi Starfighter was created for the High Republic, for the Jedi Order. It was primarily used by the Jedi to travel between the different temples. These are my pilot and Astromech Droid. On the left is my personal Jedi representative, Tajaric Rye, and on the right is his Astromech AM-02. AM-02 is actually one of the first Astromechs. He didn't have an R designation because they weren't called R series droids or anything. They were literally called Astromechs, AM. My idea for these progenitors of the R series Astromechs were that they were little walking droids, and that the Astromech was very small. It didn't have the arms, didn't have flight capabilities like the later R series did. But these droids were very good at calculations. They're basically walking computers for their pilots. So here we see AM-02 in his Astromech slot on the Delta II Jedi Starfighter. And because of the construction, I'm actually able to turn him. He's actually able to turn around and swivel his head a little bit, because he just uses one of those pneumatic T's as his base into his feet. So his feet are studded in really well, but he can twist. It's pretty nice. All right, so here we're going to put Tajaric Rye into his Jedi Starfighter. Now, if you watched my review on Mr. Idler's Jedi Starfighter, you know you have to remove a piece to be able to open the cockpit. I did keep that. Aesthetically, I'm not really sure how you would do it much differently other than adding hinges or any other movable piece. I think his solution to just remove the one piece to get the guy in and out was acceptable. So one of the first things you'll notice about this is the color scheme. It's very similar to the Mr. Idler's color scheme that I had, and that was because I'm trying to evoke a regal sense of nobility, and the gold and white and black seem to really capture that for me. On the back, you can see that the Jedi Starfighter is fully integrated into its Hyperdrive Ring. Now, the Hyperdrive Ring and Jedi Starfighter are actually supposed to be symbolic in the Star Wars universe. The Jedi Hyperdrive Ring kind of represents an encompassing of all the life in the universe, whereas the Jedi Starfighter Center is designed to represent the Force guiding and flowing through the universe. On the front, you can see we've got some laser cannons that are very similar to the laser cannons on the original Jedi Starfighter, the Delta 7. This one I imagined would be a little bit lighter armament because of how it was originally designed in the universe. These Jedi Starfighters during the High Republic weren't necessarily made for combat. In my mind, the Jedi of the High Republic were a little bit more pacifist, so I imagined an ion cannon below and then a light to medium laser cannon above it. So as you can see, the Jedi Starfighter and Hyperdrive Ring are fully integrated together. They are tied together. They are not able to be separated from one another. The body of the Jedi Starfighter is fully connected, and there are a couple reasons for this. My first reason was because I have heard in the High Republic there is some sort of big event that caused a hyperdrive issue in the universe. Now, this is all speculation at this point. But what I imagined is that they're able to pull ships out of hyperspace for some reason. And so the later Jedi Starfighters were designed so that the Hyperdrive Ring and the body of the Starfighter could separate. In case it was pulled out of hyperspace and disabled its engines, it still had its regular propulsion engines behind it in order to continue on to be able to fight and defend itself, rather than being pulled out of hyperspace and being basically dead in the water. This is before that hyperspace incident. And so the idea behind it is that the Jedi Starfighter and Hyperdrive Ring at one point were completely meshed together, as you see in my mock right here. And now, it wouldn't be a TJ's Lego Room mock if there wasn't some sort of big mechanical reveal. And so, here you go. This particular Jedi Starfighter is not just for landing at Jedi temples, but if we pull down the landing gear here, you can see that we are going to show you that this is the Outland version that can land at different planets without having to have a docking port for the Jedi Starfighter as they do at the Jedi temples. The main body of the Jedi Starfighter, it is still connected. I didn't lie to you guys. It is fully connected to the Hyperdrive Ring, but it does have some Technic beams that are able to lower it down to the ground so that the pilot can get in and out if they don't have a normal dock for the Jedi Starfighter. Let's get some close-ups. So as you can see, it is very flush, and then if I just push on the back end, it'll pop loose the few studs that are holding it together, and then you can swing it down, and you can see the Astromech still stays up there. I'm not really sure how he gets out, but that's okay. So it does flow up and down pretty well. I do have to hold the Hyperdrive Ring in place for it to do it because it is a little stiff. I didn't want it to just be able to kind of fall down. I wanted it to be more of a controlled drop. So as you can see, if I give that a little push together, it straightens itself right up and gets it nice and flush with the rest of the vehicle. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It took me quite a while to design it and figure it out, but we eventually got there. Here's a back view. The large 2x4 golden section right there that you see is what I actually pushed down to be able to swing it down to the bottom, and then you swing it back up, and then you just push right on top on that black ingot piece, and then push on the gold part again to bring it back down. Now, I'm sure some of you were wondering about the stability of the Starfighter. Luckily, it's actually quite stable thanks to that drop-down mechanism going all the way from the main body of the ship through to the back to that gold piece that we saw before. So I actually quite like playing with this thing. It's actually quite a bit of fun. Being able to drop it down like this and pop it back up, and I really had a lot of fun designing it. It took a while, but it was quite enjoyable. I hope to do a tutorial in a little bit for you guys, possibly next week, to show you how to do the drop-down mechanism and make it work effectively. You can see I'm holding it from the front. I don't hold it from the sides on those angled sections because they are a little weak. I'll just pop these landing gear out here real quick for you. So I kind of hold it from the center. Whether you're holding it from the front or the back, you kind of want to hold it in the middle, down the center line of the ship, because that is the strongest part of the entire thing. I did use a combination of friction and loose Technic pins to get that perfect balance of friction on the thing so that it wouldn't just fall down, but it would be able to flow up and down very easily. And that's it. So thank you so much for checking it out. If you have questions about this ship or some of the design choices or some of the mechanisms, I'd be happy to answer. If you want to jump over to Facebook, I can share some pictures a little bit more easily with you. So that's an option. Just search for TJ's Lego Room on Facebook and I'll be there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching TJ's Lego Room. I do appreciate everybody who supported me in getting my monetization up. Hopefully the money will be able to be used to build some pretty awesome and big mocks. That's my plan anyway. I really appreciate everybody who helped me out, and we will catch you guys next time in TJ's Lego Room. Bye.